This video is about water ingress in a Kangoo van. In this case this is a 100% electric van, but the same also applies to the diesel vans. If you find you can hear sloshing of water while you're driving, particularly as you go round corners or braking, or if you're getting water coming down inside the footwells, particularly in the passenger footwell, often you'll get water dripping down here or water coming down here from under the dash. At first thought you would think maybe a heater hose has broken, but what it actually is just the drain channels are blocked. So you might find this is happening in the autumn after the leaves have fallen off the trees, and what it is actually just drain holes down here that you need to clear. So this is the first time I've done this myself, so I'm going to film this as I do it on this van. This van isn't leaking water yet, but it's been sat under trees for some time, so it'll be interesting to see how bad indeed this one is. First thing you need to do is open the bonnet. Then we need to remove this plastic cover here, so we've got to take both the wipers off and then get behind this cover. So you need a 16mm socket to get the two nuts off that hold the wiper arms on. I would suggest also taking a photograph of where the wiper blades sit, and it will give you an idea of the correct angle to put them back at when you've finished. And then you've got to pull the wiper arms off. They are very tight. Ideally you would need a puller, but I don't have one, but I've got a big tyre lever, so very gently you can slowly get under there and prise them off. So both wiper arms are now off. As you can see, they just sit on a spline here. So next we need to remove this piece of rubber trim, and then next we need to remove these three plastic nuts there and there, which hold this trim down. I'd also just add up on this side, just in here, and then again just here is another one of these plastic nuts on either side. There's a metal stud off the bodywork with a plastic nut which is holding this down. So I didn't need to take them off to get this off, I just did the three along the front. So someone had put this on wrong, so clear evidence that this has been done before, hence why it was fairly clean behind. So yeah, there are three plastic nuts along the front, one on this corner and another one of those up in that top corner. So you do need to remove these bits of trim to get access to those. And then next you just need to prise this trim panel out. And that gives us access to the tray underneath. Now the tray is off, we can see where the problem lies. So water runs down the windscreen into this tray here, into the back, and then it runs down here, and then you've got two drain holes either side. So there is a rubber bung here, stands about 3 inches tall. I'm not quite sure whether you can see that because the shadows are very dark today. And there's another rubber bung there behind the wiper arm. So these bungs just get filled with debris, sort of leaves, seeds and that sort of rubbish off the trees. So you just need to make sure these are clear. In this case this van is fine, didn't have a problem, and I've squirted the hose down here and it's properly running out. Actually I'll show you. We'll put lots of water down there. You can see it's all running out and it's coming out the wing there, so yeah, it's all fine. But if you had a problem, the water doesn't escape, this tray then fills up, and you can see here this is where your heater inlet is, and water starts coming out of this tray and getting into the cabin. At this point it's only about 1 inch tall, but down here it's got to be about 2 inches deep before it starts coming into the car. But yeah, if you're getting water in the car, it's purely because this is blocked and full of water. I have seen Renault dealers actually remove these rubber bungs, but if you can just free it, get an airline down there and lots of water, and get it free, then that's probably a better solution. But yeah, as I say, this one is all fine, but I'm just going to hoover it all out, run lots of water down there, make sure it's all running free, and then put it back together.